Hey, hey, welcome to the show, Mutagen Nation, getting ready to go. DB Dornake'S brilliance been denied too long. He's a lizard man underground, and he smells real strong. He's a reptile braining lots of movies to screen. He's crazy, maybe, but he's never mean.
Morons!
Fired from the dump, his genius dismissed.
The great DB Dornake'S getting tired of this!
Hey, hey, welcome to the show, Mutagen Nation, getting ready to go.
For too long have I sat by while others have denied me my fair share. With my genius, I will use the garbage of this world, forgotten and thrown aside like myself, to exact my revenge upon the populace using public domain footage. Mutagen Nation warns you to wear sunglasses as we beam the films directly to you at their highest setting. Prepare yourselves, the test subjects, because this is Dornake'S Revenge Live.
Hey, hey, welcome to the show, Mutagen Nation, getting ready to go.
Hello there. Hello there. I don't know if you can hear me. Oh, good. The microphone is on. Hello there, my dear little test subjects. I'm so happy you decided to join me this morning. Soon the subliminal messaging will take its effects and you will be under my complete control. We've got a great show planned for this morning. We're going to play some voicemails, of course, from some of my friends. I know you like seeing what my friends have to say. I will also be featuring an excellent episode of the Red Skelton Show. And if you're due to some technical difficulties this week, we were unable to do our show on Thursday night. We weren't really beholden to any time slot really here on Facebook Live. So, depending on how well this goes, we may consider this for, all the time. But just adjusting some things here on the computer screen. Here we go. Now, comment in here, if you're watching this morning, Saturday morning, please comment below as we go throughout the rest of the episode, Mutagen, and I will try to put your comments up on screen as best we can. But of course, you're watching this instead. If you're watching this instead on our YouTube channel, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Our YouTube channel is used as kind of like an archive, and soon you won't be able to access all of the old episodes on Facebook. We'll remove those, and it will only be available on our YouTube channel, where you can go in and watch some of the old episodes maybe you missed previously. But like the video, please, and subscribe to our channel. And if you're not familiar with our channel, please go onto YouTube and look us up, Mutagen Nation. We like to play a lot of films, a lot of public domain, but apparently, all the other guys, we try to play a lot of films, but a lot of the copyrights get bought up. So apparently these guys have bought up all the music from the public domain films, and they claim all the copyrights every time we post one, which I have my own opinions on the legitimacy of all that, but But of course, I wouldn't be the first genius on YouTube to ignore it. But anyways, please like and subscribe to our channel. We aren't a very large channel, and anything but anything we're building on our live streaming abilities, and we are building on our content, obviously. So I hope that you have come to enjoy what we're doing here. Now we have a Twitch channel now too. Now we haven't really posted anything to it yet, but you may want to follow it. Eventually we may post something. Now, yeah, the lights are a little weird on me here, but we're gonna keep going with the show. Sometimes it just the lights in the laboratory here aren't fit for broadcasting. Really, I do this all to benefit humanity. So I like to look past that stuff as much as I can. Now, we haven't done, we're not really, we made that Twitch channel, we're not really 100% whether or not we're going to use it or if anyone's really going to get a subscription if they want to watch our show. Don't worry. If we ever do actually go onto Twitch, we will be putting the old episodes on YouTube where you can watch them and they can then be used for like the Monster channel. And the Vortex and other streaming channels that like to feature our show. Now, let's see here. Now, you can always just catch our show here on Facebook for now, at least through October. When we after October, we're probably going to be working out some kinks in how we do things and take a little break for a little bit. So please, if you can, always check out our show when it's live. You don't know when we'll get to see it again. Let's see here now. Well, if you've been following along, you know that I have horribly sad news. Yes, that's right, test subjects. My Dornake'S satellite, and let me bring that up here for you, where you can see it. Yes, the Dornake'S satellite. Yes, a wonderful invention of mine. It's perfect in every way. It has a laser cannon of my own design, and it's made out of an old camping grill and some rusty coat hangers, and it's out in space in a strange orbit around the planet, and some moron. Put it back on me, Medigen. Help me put it back on me. There we go. Some moron. This guy. Yep, that moron. He installed the laser cannon backwards. Yeah. And, he gets mad if I say it was his fault, but, I can't help it, you see, to err is human, but to blame things on others, that's management material, you see. But I really should be manager of more things around here, By around here, I mean, of course, the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And the world, of course. I have larger aspirations. I really should be manager of, all this, everything. Because, I'm a genius. The greatest genius in the tri-state area, really. Or possibly the world. Oh. Haven't really tested that, but, I am an independent scientist, third party to everything going on around here, because I'm not human. I admitted that previously. I felt, under this felt exterior, beats the cold reptilian heart of a true genius. I'm secretly a reptilian, and like other great celebrity overlords, like Elon Musk. I think I mentioned him before. Susan Sarandon. Stephen Colbert. Yeah. Why the great reptilian race will always rule mankind. Of course, I'm a little overt about stuff. You probably had no idea that people like Angelina Jolie were reptilians. Well, because, they just aren't coming out and saying it. I tried that for a long time. I really did. I didn't mention my reptilian nature because, well, I shouldn't have to, really. Because when I was fired from the dump for abusing my position, I realized that the people of Kentucky are really just, too dense to really understand my status without really, being told plainly, I am a lizard man. And therefore, they should blindly obey me, like the other lizard people who secretly rule the earth. That's not rocket science, Okay, good, it's good. So I'm glad we got all that out of the way. Now all of you know that the real score. So my first act as a reptilian overlord. My first act is to call forth the ancient slumbering aliens from space. Yeah. So you see, with the satellite cannon that I have being installed on, backwards by some moron assistant, I can't really, laser the state or Commonwealth of Kentucky until I get it fixed. So instead, I'm using the laser cannon to blast my message into space. Yeah, I'm going to blast it into space as like a broadcast. And I hope that, somehow, a giant celestial alien like Cthulhu or Thanos, or something like that will discover us and, come down and do what's right, would destroy Kentucky and then the world. I don't know any personally, aliens, that is. So I'm just hoping that our, whichever one is out there, that it discovers there's our messages, and, soonish, preferably, I'll have everything fixed so I can get back to destroying Kentucky with my lasers instead of courting apocalyptic squishing under the foot of the giant alien menace. But it just seems, right after all this time that Kentucky and everyone from there would be destroyed by a giant crunching under a boot. Why does Kentucky deserve destruction, you might ask? Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, here we go. You're probably all going to act like... Yeah, probably all going to act like they don't know, they don't know that why it deserves a good squishing. I mean, really think about it. Think about, it does. I mean, think about the horrors that Kentucky has visited upon the world. I mean, for example, like, cake. Huh? Yeah, so, I mean, maybe you like cake so much that you just really can't stand it. Is anybody like that out there? Scott, you're watching. Do you like cake? I mean, well, maybe you have diabetes. Anybody have diabetes? I mean, well, Duncan Hines, the major food company that takes its name from a man who was from Cynthiana, Kentucky, an entrepreneur that he published a lot of information about restaurants. Duncan Hines. So, if Duncan Hines is, your favorite cake mix preference, and that particularly vexes you, as it should, you can hate Cynthiana, Kentucky for that, for producing Duncan Hines. Okay, that was kind of weak, I admit. But there's other reasons to hate Kentucky. A lot of people, well, maybe you hate radio. Huh? Yeah, understandable, I think. I mean, there's never really anything good playing on the radio these days. Broadcasting in general. It has its pros and cons. Sure, but maybe you just hate it. Flat out hate it. The radio is widely believed to have been invented by an Italian man named, and I'm going to butcher the name here, Guglielmo Marconi. Guglielmo? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, and fillet me if you have to. Guglielmo Marconi, an Italian, but, there are those that disagree. There are those that say that Nathan B. Stubblefield from Murray, Kentucky, was the first to present what would become the radio. And he had the first broadcast right there in Murray, Kentucky in 1902. So, there's better reasons to hate Kentucky than that. But, that's what comes to mind right now. I'm just spitballing them, throwing them out there. Now, let's see. Now that I got justifying my destruction out of the way. Now, let's see, so we have an excellent show really coming for you this morning. Before we get to the entertainment, we're going to check our voicemail again. I always check my voicemail with you. Because, I think it's important that you see that I'm a lot like you. Yeah, I may be a reptilian, living in an underground labyrinth, and plotting my revenge upon, the populace. But that doesn't mean I'm any different than you. I think that we can all relate in a lot of ways. So, here we go. A window into my world. The world of Dornake. It looks like this. Video is from my side running. This video that's coming up, it's from my side job. Yeah, I got a side job. TV host, scientist, brilliant scientist, genius, and sometimes working for the dump. I still have to have a side job just like you. But mine is running my own as a CEO for my own company, Dornake Industries. So see, let's see. I do accept requests for products, and I think that's what this is. Let's see what we got here. Let's see here. First one.
Hello, my name is Samantha White, and I was referred to you by a friend. What I'm looking to purchase is some anti-aging cream. My friend Dorian said if anybody could make me look and age like he does, it would be you. So if you could give me a call back and let me know more details, that'd be terrific. I really like organic products, so just let me know, okay? Thank you very much. Bye.
Well, so you want to de-age. Okay. Okay. I actually have a great product to to help with this. I don't know who this Dorian guy is, but I did know one guy who went to prison named Dorian. I think he was framed. But I do have a product that I think will make you very happy. Very happy. Because most people, it isn't really that they want to de-age so much as they want to be more attractive to potential mates. You know, you know, primates do that kind of thing. I actually made a love potion. A love potion. Very, very, very proud of it. I've only tested it on a few people, but it's supposed to make you more attractive, and I've really only tested it on a few people and given it out as a gift to some people here and there. Oh, look, actually, I think I have a voicemail from my buddy at the EPA. I gave him some of that. Here, let's see. Let's see how well it's working. It's up here. And go.
Hey, DB, it's Pete from the EPA. Call me back immediately. That love potion you gave me, it did not turn me into an animal in the bedroom. It just turned me into an animal. There's not going to be a second date. That girl was it's all your fault. It's all your fault. Give me a call back. I want to yell at you in person. DB, don't give that love potion to anybody else.
Well, that's a problem. Can't get to my script yet. Now let's see. That's awkward. When did he leave that message? Last Friday. Oh boy, he won't be happy about that. Well, I don't know. I don't know, lady. I may have to take it back to the drawing board on the love potion. I don't think you want any part of that. But maybe we'll all get squished first. That's preferable, really. Now, let's see. Our entertainment for this morning. Get it pulled up here. You sick or something? Oh? Make you start wearing a mask when you come in the laboratory. Okay, yeah. Now, our entertainment for this morning will be a fun episode of the Red Skelton Show. This episode is called How to Make a Salad. Now, and you may be asking yourself, why is he playing Red Skelton episodes? He's a horror host. Well, please let me explain. You see, are you ready? Mm-hmm. When I'm trying to extricate my revenge, I don't like to just do it just for me, You see, I know that I deserve revenge, because, I'm a great reptilian overlord. And, and no one in Kentucky listens to me, but I'm not, the only one who deserves revenge. Yeah. Kentucky and the world, have racked up a lot of enemies. I've covered a little bit of that here. I believe Red Skelton, despite having been a wonderful gift to humanity as a comedic legend, despite having been a beloved clown that practically raised several generations of Americans with his characters like Clem Cadiddle-Hopper and Freddie the Freeloader, despite having been so loved for so many decades. Nowadays, you don't really ever hear anything about him, do you? I mean, unlike other entertainers from his same time period, who are really, often revered, they're re-aired into eternity in reruns, and you don't often see the Red Skelton show available to watch, on television. Why? Well, the more I research him, and I've been searching a lot about this. Red Skelton, he was an inspiring figure, but he didn't really like some things about the way, he saw trending things on media. He questioned a lot of motives of corporations that run the media. Red Skelton was no stranger to selling things. He got his start on medicine shows where they would build whole festivals like entertainments to sell products across the country. Before the days of television, that's what they did. That's what they did. And in a lot of interviews I've seen, and even people on the show, when he's in an ad spots, you see him mention it. Skelton thought that they were shady. Skelton, he would call out a lot of the psychological warfare used by the media and how they sell products. So he talks about all this sneaky stuff from his sponsors and that sort of thing. He even would outright say that of all the censoring that goes on, and especially, went on then, violence and outrage are so frequently pushed through in the media, passed through the censors because it's a tool to keep people from going out as much and, getting people, to spend, be more divided and fearful. And, they'll stay at home watching television, so they'll be, see more advertising and shop more. It's pretty interesting. If you research him, you'll find that he was as gentle and good as Fred Rogers, but he was ostracized by the media. After decades of being on television regularly, he was reduced down to occasional HBO specials. And he was acknowledged as a comedian and an artist, certainly. And, the public talked of him for many years. He remained an active artist well into his later years, painting a lot of clowns. But at some point, he stopped having a regular show on television, unlike a lot of his contemporaries. Why? Well, as he described it, he became more and more unsatisfied with the corporations that control the overall media and how they used increasingly damaging tactics to gaslight people into consuming and conforming to a worldview of fear and polarization and racism in a lot of ways. But Red Skelton, he was a genius. A guarantee he was a genius. He deserves his revenge, just like me. So I'm going to use the 6 episodes of his show that are available to me and in the public domain to assist me in my mission. What is my mission, you may ask? Say it with me if you've been watching, To destroy the Commonwealth of Kentucky with lasers. Wait. We'll say it together. You say it with me. Here we go. No. Okay, let me start. Okay. No, let me start. To destroy the Commonwealth of Kentucky with lasers! So, we're going to get started now with the film, with the show and Red Skelton show. We're going to play that now. And I hope you've enjoyed our little bit of humor here. And we'll be back on right after the production, right after the show, the Red Skelton show. And we'll talk to you a little bit about Louisville Halloween and about and just say goodbye. All right, so let's get to it. Start the film.
Tide's endurance turns down. Tide, the wash day miracle that gives you the cleanest clothes in town, brings you in person, direct from Hollywood, that zany, lovable clown of clowns, Red Skelton. T-I-D-E, Tide presents Red Skelton.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I brought these out in case some of you folks at home haven't seen the Emmys. And I would like to thank the ladies and gentlemen of the press and also the ladies and gentlemen of the Academy for voting our show twice. One is they liked our show, and the other is they like me as a comedian. Well, you've seen them now, so... Ed, do you want to take them? It was really quite a thrill to get something like that, you know. And over at the Academy, it's a funny thing. As I walked in, there were a lot of people outside, and someone yelled, "Red Skelton's in the crowd," and they all turned around and looked at me. Gee, I was so embarrassed. I was sorry I yelled. The autograph collectors, they had a cute idea. For the stars, they would let them sign full sheets of paper, and for the bit players, a half a sheet of paper. You ever try to autograph a spitball? Little Richard this week, he came in, they want pet mice. I said, "What do you want with mice?" They said, "They don't brush their teeth, they don't take a bath or anything." He says, "They don't? Tell one of them to move over, he got a new buddy." They went over to Gene Fowler's house the other day, and they raided his cuckoo clock. This is the truth. He took a little cuckoo out of the clock, so I says, "Why did you do that?" He says, "Well, I didn't mean no harm by it, you know." He says, "I saw the cuckoo in there, and I thought maybe I could get some cuckoo eggs and raise my own clocks." There's an interesting bulletin I just saw in the paper today that MacArthur, they've called all of his men but 3. They figure if he won't play ball, he can't play canasta either. Say, this week while I was watching television, I happened to notice one of the fights that was on, and I didn't pay so much attention to the fights as I did to the people who were sitting around the ringside. So I'd like to do a little pantomime scene for you and show you how different people react to prize fights. Could I have that? Thing's got legs. Why didn't you let it walk out? First you have a fellow that seems like he's bored with the whole thing. Then you have the tough guy that enjoys the fight. Then you have the little guys that go to fight and they can't stand the sight of blood. Shot gangster, gambler, you know. Got the fight fixed. 3rd round. The guy's taking a dive. have the little fellow that takes his wife, and he never really gets to see the fight because she keeps asking questions.
The difference between our American institutions and those of our English cousins across the seas is nowhere more apparent than in the field of radio and television broadcasting. We now present our version of the eminent British newscaster, Lord Beaverhead.
Oh, are you there, hey? I'll be with you presently here. I got a bit of news, if I could just find it here. It, was here a fortnight ago. We have a new way of going to condense the news for you, you know. Going to bring it right to you. Here's a long article here about a man who gets a divorce from his wife because she talked too much. It's a big one of our meat packers here, but instead of taking all that time to do that, we will abbreviate it. Here's the news. Meat packer cans tongue. Oh, what happened to my monocle? That thing, I'll have to use this till I find it. Oh, there it is. Oh, and I'll bring you the correct time. When you hear the musical note, it will be exactly 4 o'clock. We put it that way in case we were a bit off, you know. Listen for the musical note. Two o'clock. I wonder what time it is. Here's a bit of news that came in a while ago. Oh, it's coming in again now. It's a, oh, dear me. Looks like we're having a bit of trouble in egg wipe. Egg wipe. E-G-Y-P-T. Oh, Egypt! Egypt! This blasted thing, if I could only keep it in there. It's clearing up. We have here, you can see, is a couple of the egg wipe Egypt battleships. They were handed to me by the King Farouk. The joke that I had about that has been cut. Oh, well, time for tea. Time for tea. Little tea never hurt anyone, you know. There we are. Just slosh that around there a bit, you know. Little tea never hurt anyone. There we are. Gotta sweeten it up a little, you know. Tea never hurt anyone, you know. Oh, careful. Don't get nervous yet, boy. Don't get nervous. There you are. Still no good. I see here that the Kremlin is going to pave their streets with wooden blocks. Looks like the boys have gotten their heads together, don't they? Where Joe Stalin is trying to find a serum that will make him younger. Well, that's not possible, but if you leave it up to us, we'll see that you don't get any older. Now I would like to tell you about our American movie. Tonight, this movie, it was not shot underwater, it just looks that way. This picture has murder, robbery, terror, hate, revenge. It's a story about a boy and his dog. It stars Errol Flynn. He plays 2 parts. Both the brother and the sister. Still no good, huh? Hello, are you there? Are you there? Would you get me Fort Knox, please? In Kentucky, yes. United States of America. We don't have a Kentucky in England, you know. Hello, Fort Knox. How are you? And now I would like to tell you about our sponsor. Our sponsor is good old Cliveden's Crumpet Juice. Cliveden's Crumpet Juice comes in different sizes. Now, here's the small size to carry around, and there's a prize in every package. Now, here's one in this package here. It's a genuine, well, I really don't know what that is. It's a genuine, isn't it, though? Now, that's in there. And now, in the mixed size, we have a special prize that comes with that. You gotta put my tea away, you know. Tastes like... With this size, you get a prize. A surprise package comes with this one. Every box has a surprise. What'd you do? Nail it down, Sam? Everyone has a surprise. Well, there's supposed to be a surprise in there somewhere. Oh, well, there's a... Oh, yo! Time for tea. Time for tea. Now, then we have the larger size, the big, large Crumpet Juice. And with that, we give you a large prize. And this contains all of the vitamins that you'll ever need. Would you step out, please? Would you please? Thank you. That also comes in the plain wrapper. Now remember...
Good morning, Lord be behead.
Oh, how are you, Ben? Nice to see you, Ben. Thank you. That's Big Ben. Now I'd like to call your attention. Cliveden's Crumpet Juice makes older men young and young men younger. I hope you keep that in mind. I'll show you what a wonderful product... I gotta hurry. I'm gonna be late for school.
Skelton's Film Scrapbook. Pedestrian Polo.
Good evening. That's just a straight line. Wait till it goes. Tonight we're going to have a little educational feature, and we hope that you'll all be very much interested in, and it has to do with traffic. Now, I'll give you a number to call in just a few minutes. I can't give you the number now, as I've done this before. I told you that we'll give you the number during the program, and I will. And as I say, we don't have time to give you the number now. But we will later on in the program. So get your pencils and get the lead out. Get ready to take down this number that I'm going to give you, which I will give you in just a few minutes. Now, you can write for this book. It's a book on a new game called Pedestrian Polo. Now, we'll give you the rules and all of the principles of the game as soon as we tell you a few of the things that you have to look out for. We have different types of pedestrians. First, we have the out-of-towner who comes into town and he waits for the light to change and finally decides that he won't cross because of the traffic and he goes the other way. Down the block about 9 times and he never gets anywhere. In fact, he shouldn't have even come to town. The writer that wrote that shouldn't have even handed it in. Now we have a fellow that starts out here who is anxious to get over to Joe's place, and he jaywalks. And after he comes out of jaywalks, he becomes an S-walker. Now, an S-walker is a man who walks like that and then goes back over to Joe's place. Now, to be able to be a good pedestrian, you must be able to jump 3 ways at the same time. There's another writer bit that does. Now, the one thing that you must always remember, or when you're driving especially, now, there are different types of new things coming out every day. We have the new bumper that has the rubber stamp on the front of it. When you hit a pedestrian, it says, "Killed in this town." Another thing we have is the floorboard that's made out of glass so that you can apologize to the pedestrian after you run over. You must be sporty about this game at all times. Now, there are the 3 lights. The traffic lights are very important in this game. Now, first is the red light, and then the orange light, and the green light. Now, Well, it looks like it's green anyhow. I'm colorblind. It don't make any difference. Anyhow, now the idea is, the principle of these lights is when the green light is on and the orange light comes on, that means go fast so you won't hit the red one. Now, there are different types of rules that you must follow at all times and playing pedestrian polo. First, the pedestrian. Don't ever be too kind to a pedestrian. You see one, get him. Now, this is open season, and we have a score. If you hit a man, that is 5 points. If you hit a woman, that is 15 points. If you're carrying a baby, you add a half a point. Now, the other day I hit a guy who was wearing a tam, and I didn't know what the score was. I don't think he did either. Now, if you hit a man and knock him down in a sewer, that's a hole in one. You can knock him through the air, knock him over 50 feet, that's called a birdie. Now, one of the most important things to remember while playing pedestrian polo is to keep your windshield clean, because you may miss a pedestrian completely. This is very heartbreaking, you know. Now, I suggest that you would use Tide. Tide is very wonderful for washing all glassware. This is, by the way, if you haven't figured out, is the commercial part now. This is the side of a window that has been washed with Tide, and this side has not. You can see the difference. Yes, there's a glass in there. Now, get ready to take this number down. I'm going to give it to you any minute now. I'm going to give you the number. I can't give it to you just now. Now, one thing I'd like to call your attention to is what the safety zones are for. That's in case you hit somebody outside of them, it don't count. If you hit someone steps out of the safety zone, knock them back in before they get there. Now, a lot of accidents are caused because people really don't know how to drive. Now, coming down here tonight, there was a car in front of me, and I'll tell you, this poor soul didn't know what she was doing. It was an out-of-towner. You could tell by the license plate. We come to this red light, a stoplight. She stopped. How do you like that? Now, I'd like to call your attention about some of the things about Tide. Now, Tide has a new bumper that we're putting out now, a Tide bumper that has a brush in it. This is so when you hit a pedestrian, it sprinkles a little Tide over them, and then a can of water comes out and sprinkles the pedestrian, and they get so mad when you knock them down and they get dirty. This way they'll get up and thank you for knocking them down. Now, Tide is also, here's a car before it was washed with Tide, and here is the same car after it had been washed. Now, if you're very much interested in this, I would like to call your attention, not only does Tide get clothes cleaner than any soap, not only does it get glassware sparkling bright, but it gets wash prints dazzling bright. And now we have, what's this? Hand cues? What's this? What's that?
Tide is kind to your hand.
Oh, Tide is kind to your hand.
Skelton's Scrapbook. How to make a salad.
Boy, back on good old KP again, boy. That's for me, boy.
Now, look here, Willie.
Yeah?
I'm your pal.
I know.
don't mind helping you out of these messes.
Yeah.
But I'm an MP.
I know that means my pal. I
Can't
know.
keep sticking my neck out.
Look, I had to get on KP again. They got a new general coming in here, and I don't want to go over that motor pool and drive around that brass. And, you know, I got in trouble with one of them guys, you know. He came up to me, and I didn't salute him. He says, how come you didn't salute me? I didn't know I was supposed to. He said, you see these two stars? Don't you know what that means? I said, you got two boys in the service?
Where did you go anyway?
Well, I went on a furlong.
You mean furlough?
No, I went too fur and stayed too long. There ought to be something to eat around here. There ought to be something around here somewhere.
That's the colonel?
Why, that poor little fella, I doubt if he's even weaned yet. I remember him when he was 6 foot tall.
What happened to him?
Oh, that's a Texan with all the hot air out of him. Okay, you do me a favor, will you?
Sure.
Now, I'll see that you get a ride into town anytime you want to go into town.
Sure.
You do me a favor. They're going to make me cook for that new general. And will you do me a favor? Have some of the boys on those details to unload some of that garbage up here, will you? I will make the finest salad they have ever had.
Okay, I'll take care of it.
Good, boy. You do that for me. There must be something to eat around here somewhere. Here we go. You'll never get rich. Let me find it. Attention!
As you were, man, as you were.
I'm going home. I wasn't the
Oh, just a moment.
Oh, sorry. Here, let me wipe that off for you, sir.
Well, let's see what we have here.
Oh, no.
I beg your pardon?
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Ah, mighty fine. Mighty fine. Hey, you'll be cooking in the officer's mess in no time at all.
Oh.
Yes, carry on, old man. Carry on, man.
Carry on, Willie. Carry on, Willie. Say, that ain't bad. We just freshened it up a little. Oh, I wish I were in a land of cotton. I've not up yet. I'm sorry.
Don't you realize that the general is coming in here for lunch? Don't you realize that there'll be 1,000 men here for lunch?
Yes, and don't you realize I have to prepare the food, and I don't know what to cook. I just don't know what to cook. I mean, meat is so high now, I just don't know what to cook.
Yes, I know that the meat is very expensive, but
Yeah.
you see, that's why I'm here.
We're going to have a barbecue sergeant?
I think what would be very good would be to have a large green mixed salad.
A mixed green salad for 1,000 men? Oh, let's not get sickening. Good heavens.
We'll get it all fixed up then. I'll go out here and get it for you.
All right, you go right ahead. Bring it in. If I've got to cook it, boys, I'll bring it in here. Oh, there we are. Hey, did you get that down at the dump? Good. This will be nothing in no time, boy. Well, there we go. All that meat and no potatoes. General. No kidding.
Eddie! Wow! Sergeant, take this mess down to the dump.
Wait a minute. You can't take me down to no dump. I'm Wooly Lump Lump.
Oh, lay down. I know garbage when I see it.
Now Red will be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Mr. Skelton, I'd like to say good night and thanks for listening.
The Red Skelton Show has been brought to you by Procter & Gamble's Tide. And remember, it's smart to get Tide in the giant economy size. More convenient, and it saves you money.
There we go. Hello there, my dear little test subjects. Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode as much as I did. And of course, if you've made it to this part of the show, you know the routine. Always go to LouisvilleHalloween.com, where you can check out all the great activities that they've got going on in Louisville, Kentucky, and all around Kentucky, really. When it comes to this Halloween season, and really, haunted attractions throughout the year. There's a lot of great activities that Louisville Halloween has got going on year round, and we've got a great shop where you can buy lots of merchandise from Louisville Halloween and the various haunted attractions. There's Danger Run. If you're not familiar, do get familiar with Danger Run. You'll probably spot me at that. And of course, Legend of Pope Lick. But definitely check out LouisvilleHalloween.com for a lot of great information about Kentucky and about Halloween time in this part of the world. But I want to thank you for joining us for our show once again. And I'm really enjoying this Red Skelton series. We only got 6 of those episodes that we can use. We've used 2 of them so far, and we can, and we'll have another one coming up soon. And we will be finishing out through October with Red Skelton. We may also have a special Halloween episode. I'm really excited about that one. That one's in the works, where we'll be playing a independent film, a short film. Quite disturbing film, I might add. So not our typical fare here. But at any rate, again, I want to thank you for joining us as we prepare to destroy Kentucky and the world by calling down the great celestial beings from the sky to squish Kentucky. And now, let's take another look at our satellite. Yes. The Dornake'S satellite. Stare at it. I want you to focus all your thoughts and hatred for the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and I want you to focus all that hate into that satellite so that it will better boost its psychic wave across the eons of space as we try to contact the ancient celestial being to squish it. But And if that doesn't work soon, I'll have the satellite in operational order to shoot lasers down and burn up everything. So I hope you'll continue to join us, and you'll see us again next time. And thank you for Joining us for Dornake'S Revenge Live.